come from different places, different paths, different spaces, bringing so many questions, bringing our pain. We come from different families. Each of us has a story. Stumbling into the light, I see people like you and me. In this room, we listen to the truth that sets us free. In this room, we open our hearts and we can clearly see how the path has brought us all right here. We're safe, we're strong, our friends are near. And there is nothing left to fear, 'cause we're home in this room. In this room, we value complete acceptance of who we are. In this room, we walk towards complete forgiveness. In this room, we learn. The learning never ends. And we can choose anytime we want to begin again. In this room, we listen to the truth that sets us free. In this room, we open our hearts and we can clearly see how the path has brought us all right here. We're safe, we're strong, our friends are near. And there is nothing left to fear, 'cause we're home in this room. In this room, there's gold dust in the air. In this room, possibility everywhere. In this room we stand when our hearts are torn. In this room, a new way of being together is being born. In this room, we listen to the truth that sets us free. In this room, we open our hearts and we can clearly see how the path has brought us all right here. We're safe, we're strong, our friends are near. And there is nothing left to fear, 'cause we're home in this room. In this room, we open our hearts. In this room, we grow together. In this room, we accept one another. In this room, We all come from different places, different paths, different spaces, bringing so many questions, bringing our pain. We come from different families. Each of us has a story. Stumbling into the light, I see people like you and me. In this room, we listen to the truth that sets us free. In this room, we open our hearts and we can clearly see how the path has brought us all right here. We're safe, we're strong, our friends are near. And there is nothing left to fear, 'cause we're home in this room. In this room, we value complete acceptance of who we are. In this room, we walk towards complete forgiveness. In this room, we learn. The learning never ends. And we can choose anytime we want to begin again. In this room, we listen to the truth that sets us free. In this room, we open our hearts and we can clearly see how the path has brought us all right here. We're safe, we're strong, our friends are near. And there is nothing left to fear, 'cause we're home in this room. In this room, there's gold dust in the air. In this room, possibilities everywhere. In this room we stand when our hearts are torn. In this room, a new way of being together is being born. In this room, we listen to the truth that sets us free. In this room, we open our hearts and we can clearly see how the path has brought us all right here. We're safe, we're strong, our friends are near. And there is nothing left to fear, 'cause we're home in this room. In this room, we open our hearts. In this room, we grow together. In this room, we accept one another. And we learn to love from different places, different paths, different spaces, bringing so many questions, bringing our pain. We come from different families. Each of us has a story. Stumbling into the light, I see people like you and me. In this room, we listen to the truth that sets us free. In this room, we open our hearts and we can clearly see how the path has brought us all right here. We're safe, we're strong, our friends are near. And there is nothing left to fear, 'cause we're home in this room. In this room, we value complete acceptance of who we are. In this room, we walk towards complete forgiveness. In this room, we learn. The learning never ends. And we can choose anytime we want to begin again. In this room, we listen to the truth that sets us free. In this room,
Good morning. So just a gentle reminder that yes, this is brunch service. Please help yourself throughout the service and to please do so quietly. Our tendency is to have conversations in the back while we're getting food, and those are louder than you think. So we'll have plenty of time for the conversation stuff in the workshop part of what we're doing today. So let's get started. Did we miss it's last call, literally last call, May 31st. It's last call for May birthdays. Did we miss anybody? All right. So we are doing a different format this morning, so you'll catch that as we go. We're only doing one of our community songs. So I invite you, if you don't have a mouthful of food, to join me in singing Spirit is in This Place. Here we go. You're going to need to turn that up, Vaughn.
We have come together as a family. We have come here as we are.
There you go.
have come with arms wide open. We have gathered here in love. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit in this place.
Okay, briefly greet one another and wave at our online folks. Go.
We sing in celebration. We sing with words of prayer. We sing with words of prayer. We affirm all life as sacred. We declare that peace is here. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit in this place.
Let's repeat that one more time.
Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit in this place.
All right. All yours, Mr. Harry.
Well, good morning, everybody. This is the 31st, so things will be different. But I'm Harry Leffman, member of the board, been with religious science about 25 years and Unity about 15 years before that. So I want to welcome you to our Sunday celebration. Whether you're here in person or joining us online, please consider sharing this live stream on whatever social media platforms you use, whenever that's convenient for you. Our member of the month is B. Amon James, religious science practitioner. Amon started attending the center in 2017 after an invitation from Julia Mattis, who was the real estate agent for the buyer of the home that Amon and his husband Joe were selling. Amon shared, "At the first service I attended, I learned that Gary Lynn Floyd was performing a concert that evening. I went home, told Joe about the concert, which we both attended. That evening marked the beginning of their journey with this CSL community, where they eventually became devoted members. A longtime metaphysician, Amon attended Unity for 30 years, then split his time between Unity and Centers for Spiritual Living in 2018 and 2019 before fully transitioning to the Center for Spiritual Living. Amon is also an ordained minister with the National Spiritual Science Center. Amon is one who pours all himself into his spiritual home. He shared his musical gifts as a choir member. He continues to do so as a featured soloist. He began supporting community members through prayer even before he entered practitioner studies 4 years ago. He graduated and became a licensed religious science practitioner in 2024. He served 2 terms, 2 two-year terms, which is 4 years on the Board of Trustees. And he says, I learned a lot about Centers for Spiritual Living, and I was honored to help welcome a wonderful minister, Rev. Rafe, to our community. In addition to all of this, Amon expresses his love through serving as a Sunday service host and on our visioning team, presencing with community members experiencing illness and grief, and continuously stepping in to serve whoever he can, any way he can, for as long as he can, all while holding each of us and CSL Common Ground in an awareness of our spiritual perfection. Yes, we truly are better together. Thank you, Amon James, for choosing the Center for Spiritual Living Common Ground as your spiritual home. Yay, Amon. If you would like to recognize someone as a member of the month, please email Deborah Ellis, deborah@gmail.com, and tell her who you recommend. If this is your first time attending the Center for Spiritual Living Common Ground, welcome. Whoever you are, whatever spiritual path you're on, and wherever you are on that spiritual path, you are welcome and celebrated here. Please check out the information on our welcome table. It's over there. And complete a guest information card. And if you are here for the first time, we have a welcome packet over there. Please take one and enjoy what we have to share. Now, please join me in affirming who we are. Our vision: contributing to a world that works for all. Our mission: we are a diverse community of belonging and growth, sharing the light and joy within ourselves while learning to see it in others. Our identity: we are a welcoming, inclusive spiritual community. It can be seen. We lovingly practice the principles of science of mind in the world. And we have a few announcements. You can access all our activities and offerings through our website, cslcommonground.com, and specifically on our events column, CSL Common Ground Events. For additional information, email your questions to info@cslcommonground.com, or you can call or text our office cell phone, 410-750-8559. Here's a couple of highlights of what's coming. On Tuesday, June 2nd, the CSL Common Ground Women's Circle is gathering on Zoom from 7 to 8:15. Their spiritual theme for June is, who is your worst enemy? That ought to get it. On Sunday, June 14th, immediately following our Sunday service, we will have a celebration of life for former member Kathy Lieberman. If you are called to assist with this, please reach out to her son, John. His information is on the flyers on the welcome table. It's also in the newsletter. One more announcement. The Blooming, a summer solstice open house gathering, Thursday, June 25th, 5 to 7 at Ruscombe Mansion, 4801 Yellowwood Avenue in Baltimore. Because this is the 31st, we're not having our usual wheel. We're moving right into our spiritual practice time so we can have more time for our workshop message.
Good morning, everybody. Our founder, Reverend Ernest Holmes, was a dedicated study and a great synthesizer, identifying the common and connecting thoughts through the various religions, philosophies, and ancient wisdom teachings in the world. Science of Mind is a synthesis of Ernest Holmes' lifetime study. Let us breathe together as we light a candle honoring some of these faith traditions. As we light the first candle, we honor Christianity as a path of love and forgiveness. As we light the second candle, we honor Buddhism as a path of compassion and the Four Noble Truths. As we light the third candle, we honor Judaism as a path of ethical living through sacred law. As we light the fourth candle, we honor Baha'i as a path of unity and peace. As we light the fifth candle, we honor Islam as a path of surrendering to the will of God as the highest calling. As we light the sixth candle, we honor Confucianism as a path of deliberate tradition. As we light the seventh candle, we honor Taoism as a path of harmony and balance. As we light the eighth candle, we honor all indigenous peoples' traditions as paths that recognize the honor and honor spirit in all of creation. As we light the ninth candle, we honor Shintoism as a path of optimism and the inherent goodness of humanity. As we light the 10th candle, we honor Hinduism as a path of knowledge, action, and devotion. As we light the 11th candle, we honor Akan as a path that honors the divine, ancestors, and nature. As we light the 12th candle, we honor all new thought philosophies as a path of adherence to universal spiritual principles of love and law. And as we light the final candle, we honor the multiplicity and diversity within the wholeness of creation as sacred. Namaste, and so it is. Yay. This morning's sacred reading is a gender-neutral version of Every Man Must Decide by Reverend Dr. Howard Thurman from his Meditations of the Heart. The ability to know what is the right thing to do in a given circumstance is a sheer gift of God. The element of gift is inherent in the process of decision. Perhaps gift is the wrong word. It is a quality of genius or immediate inspiration. The process is very simple and perhaps elemental. First, we weigh all the possible alternatives. We examine them carefully, weighing this and weighing that. This is always an abundance of advice given. Some of it is technical, some of it out in the fully orbed generosity of those who love us and wish us well. Every bit of it has to be weighed and measured in the light of the end sought. This means that the crucial consideration is to know what is a desired end. What is it that I most want to see happen if the conditions were ideal or if my desire were completely fulfilled? Thank you. Once this end is clearly visualized, then it is possible to have a sense of direction with reference to the decision that must be made. If it becomes clear that the ideal end cannot be realized, it follows that such a pursuit has to be relinquished. That relinquishment is always difficult because the mind, the spirit, the body desires are all focused upon the ideal end. Every person thinks that it is their particular destiny to have the ideal come true for them. The result is that with one's mind, the ideal possibility is abandoned, but emotionally, it's just difficult to give up. Thus, the conflict. The resources of one's personality cannot be marshaled. A person finds that they cannot work wholeheartedly for the achievable or possible end because they cannot give up the inner demand for the ideal end. Sometimes precious months or years pass with no solution and evidence because there is ever the hope that the ideal may end in some miraculous manner come to pass. Then the time for action does come at last. There comes a moment that something has to be done. One can no longer postpone the decision. The definite act resolves an otherwise intolerable situation. Once the decision is made, the die is cast. Is my decision right or wrong? Wise or foolish? At the moment, I may be unable to answer the question for what is right in the light of the present set of facts may not be able to stand up under the scrutiny of unfolding days. I may not have appraised the facts properly. My decision may have been largely influenced by my desires, which were at work at the very center of my conscious processes. In the face of all the uncertainties that surround my decision, the wise person acts in the light of their best judgment, illuminated by the integrity of their profoundest spiritual insights. Then the rest is in the hands of the future and in the mind of God. The possibility of error, of profound and terrible error, is at once the height and the depth of one's freedom. For this, God be praised. And so it is.
In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So I wait for these precious moments when I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find myself. I find God. I find God. I find
Allowing your next breath to be a little bit deeper. Recognizing that beauty and peace and love and deep and abiding joy are present right here, right now. It is the universal life intelligence that is giving life to itself. It is moving, articulating, expressing, and knowing itself exquisitely, wholly, and completely as this very life that is being lived by every sentient being, by each one that is present right here in this very space and beyond. Oh, such joy, such perfection is present and available. So it's from this place of knowing what is here and knowing the spiritual truth that is present right here and right now. I joyfully speak a word of blessing for this time together in spiritual community, claiming and accepting a tenderness, a mercy, a love that is holding and uplifting and sustaining all of life, sustaining each one that is present. It is moving through every life condition. It is that place where there is concern and doubt and tears and heartbreak and grief. This power and presence that I speak of is pouring itself into every place. There is nowhere that this love and intelligence that knows what to do, how to do it, and is compelled to do it. It's present, it's available. And it's right here, right now. So I'm claiming and affirming that this time together this morning is already ordained. It's already blessed. It's already come together with the loving hands of this spiritual community. By the hands that are seen and the hands that are unseen. By every heart, by every voice, by every beloved that is given of itself. So I'm knowing that all is truly well. And that every place that life is unfolding, that there's some majesty and glory that is unexpected, that is known, that is unknown, that is lifting all of life. So my heart is just filled with gratitude to be in the presence of each beloved here today, to be standing on my own 2 feet, to be here in this very room, and to be the presence of love. For this, I am so grateful. I'm so grateful for the treats that are coming forth in our music today with our beloved Dana, in our message with our beloved Rafe, and with each one of you that is bringing your majesty and laughter and love to this space. Grateful, grateful, grateful. So I release now into that alchemy of love and law, knowing there's no waiting period, that it's already done. And so I just anchor now, looking for the demonstration of this word and beyond. And I let it go, and I let it be. And so it is.
Good morning, everyone. So excited to share with you. And this is a song that I think a lot of you should know. And so I'm inviting all of you to join in song as we perform Use Me by Ricky Byers. Oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. I used to think that God was the sun, God is the sun, and God so much more than the earth and the stars and all of creation. God is creator, all and all, needing us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Command my hands, what must they do? Command my it's here for you. God is this love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new, needing us to shine its light as me, as you, so use me. Oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Needing us to shine its light, needing us to shine its light, needing us to shine its light as me, as you, so use me. Oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do.
There we go. I'll turn on my headset in here just a second, Vaughn. What a delightful surprise. See, not everybody knew she could do that, did you? Trust me when I tell you there's another surprise coming. Because you don't know she can do this either. All right. So, this morning is Workshop Sunday. And so let me give some context here. Our theme, open at the top, is all year long, which means we're learning. That's the whole year. That's what it essentially means. So in January, we looked at Ancient Wisdom, New Thought, where we engaged our intellect with historical information in a context of New Thought theology that we invite each other and ourselves to practice. February, Embracing the Edge, where we explored the idea of identifying the outer edge of our comfort zone, our habitual thinking, beliefs, and perspectives, and then entertained the invitation to leap beyond it. To not just stand on the edge, but maybe to go beyond it, which led us to our question for March of what if, right? Exploring what if we did some of these things we think about, but just stopped there and actually did them, right? April, practicing the practice of becoming, where we explored shifting our focus from the doingness of human life to the beingness of our spiritual nature. And all this month, we have been exploring divine doubt. Shifting our perspectives from doubting as a negative activity to understanding it as a spiritual practice that actually guides us to a greater awareness of our truth of being. So today I'm going to bring all this together in a practical application of our evolution, of our individual evolution, and of the evolution of this spiritual community. So it seems reasonable that we start with a definition of evolution so we're all on the same page. In the Science of Mind glossary, this is how Ernest Holmes defines evolution. And I want to point out the first sentence, the passing of spirit into form, was the only definition that was in the 1926 edition. Okay? It was very simple. That's it. And apparently we needed more words to understand that concept, so the rest of it is in the 1938 edition. All emerge from one whose being is ever present and whose life, robed in numberless forms, is manifest throughout all creation. Creation is the logical result of the outpush of life into self-expression. It is the coming forth of spirit into manifestation. The unfoldment of first cause is what we call evolution. Since the idea is still in an unfolding state, it appears as though we lived in an imperfect universe. Evolution is the time and process through which an idea unfolds to a higher state of manifestation, and since ideas are divine realities, evolution will go on forever. Now, if some of you are like me, the more words that they're there and the older the language is, you're like, what did he just say? I'm so glad you asked. Here is my definition in 2026 language. There is one invisible, unformed substance, also known as energy, that is the source and substance of what we call spirit or creation. And creation is infinite possibility, eternally expressing new ideas and desires of itself. Evolution is the time and process of these ideas and desires changing from invisible, unformed substance into visible form, for thoughts to become things. Since spirit is infinite possibility, eternally expressing itself, evolution will go on forever. Infinite possibility won't end. Kind of can't. It must be equally eternal, and everything we experience in this physical realm must be a self-expression of creation. Now, why is that important? You'll get there in just a second. It's no secret that this community is in an evolution. We merged two centers. We collectively invited, listened, identified, and embraced creation's new name of itself. Our CSL Common Ground Visioning team has been visioning to reveal Spirit's highest idea of itself as this community. Not our idea, Spirit's idea. Right? Our Board of Trustees is participating in the Centers for Spiritual Living Revitalization Program. Evolution is happening, right? And the reality of it is, it's always been happening. Always. It's easy to identify it in the now. it's important to recognize that it's always been happening. It was happening as the first conversation of metaphysics in this area. It was happening as the first study group in this area. It was happening as the initial formation of the Columbia Church of Religious Science, as the church in Baltimore. It was happening as the first members, practitioners, and ministers that gathered here. It was happening as different ideas that led some members to leave and start something else. That was also an expression of the infinite. Right? It wasn't against anybody. It wasn't anything wrong. It was even evolution. It was even spirit expressing as the decisions, the damage, and the chaos that opened the door for me to be here. And those of you that were a part of that know what I'm talking about. And I'm not going to go into detail. That's unnecessary. But it was easy in the middle of all that to think everything had gone wrong, when in reality, nothing had gone wrong. Right? When we find ourselves in that sense of separation, in that thing of wrongness, I want to offer you 3 things to remember. There's only one. All is a self-expression of this one. Not just an expression of it, a self-expression of it. It is expressing itself as all. And perhaps the most important one to remember of all means all, and that's all it means. You get that? All means all, and that's all it means. So here we are, recognizing that we are each an individualized expression of this one spirit. The collective us is a self-expression of this one spirit. So its nature must be our nature. Its substance must be our substance, right? Which means we are constantly evolving, constantly changing. If you're looking for a rival, you are setting yourself up for constant disappointment, because there is no point of arrival in evolution, ever. But now, I say but because we hear all of that, and something inside of a lot of us goes, but. Right? Anybody else have that? Yeah. So while I suspect we all have different buts, one T, not two, I am aware that there are some pretty common universal buts that is often identified or named as the elephant in the room. Right? Do you ever have those? We're talking all around it, but won't nobody actually say what it is? That's not me. If you saw my recent post on Facebook, if we're in a conversation and I say, do you want me to tell the truth? You should probably say no. Unless you really want to hear it. So, we're going to talk about the butts. The elephant in the room. It gets better. The biggest butt we have in humanity is money. It just is, right? And why money? Money because it's how we distort our value. It's how we distort our value. Do you know that there are thousands, and I literally mean thousands over time, of studies, sociological, psychological, scientific, double-blind studies that continue to demonstrate that most people are far more comfortable talking about their sex lives in intimate detail than they are talking about money. Now, I personally, as a shy guy, find that weird. I'm happy to talk to you about my bank account. I'm not talking to you about that other thing. I have trouble even talking about not talking about it. I am that shy. So why is money so hard? Here's why. Because our finances are frequently tied to our self-worth. We measure our value based on money. We measure our social status by money. We measure our success based on money. And people are constantly avoiding financial conversation to dodge being judged and compared. And do you know why we do that? Because we're judging and comparing other people, and we don't want to experience our own behavior mirrored back at us. We're going to tell the truth, right? When you see somebody who you judge doesn't have money, you got a whole narrative running about that person. You done made up a story about who they are, why they dress the way they dress, and you don't know nothing about that person. Nothing. After that fall I took off of the roof and crushed both wrists and all that mess, I came into a little bit of money from the insurance company, and I decided to go buy myself a motorcycle. And I decided to have fun with the process. And so I went to the dealership dressed like a bum with cash in my pocket. And went through the whole, them trying to, I knew exactly the bike I wanted. First 13 years I had a driver's license, all I rode was motorcycles. Right? So I knew exactly what I wanted, and I went there to get it. And for the first hour I was there, they kept trying to show me stuff that, I probably could afford based on my appearance. And finally I said, I want that one, and I want it for $2,000 less that's on the price tag. And then I put my pile of cash on the table, and I said, I believe this will take care of that. And all of a sudden, the whole conversation changed. The attitude changed, how I was treated changed. That's the power, not of money, of our judgments about money. The Bible said, many of us misquote the Bible, that money is the root of all evil. That is not even what the Bible says. It says the love of money. The love of money. And it's not talking about loving that we have money. It's talking about placing money ahead of, above. It's that place of division, right? And so as we move into our evolution of the center, it's really interesting to watch what happens. People are all, most people, some people don't want anything to change, and that's okay. And some people want everything to change, but they don't want to participate in paying for it. Okay. At the CSL convention, I have to watch myself with side stories or we're going to go way over. One of the things that happened is we were talking about the affiliation agreement. Every center has an affiliation agreement that sets what our agreement as a center is with Centers for Spiritual Living as the organization. And there is a place in that affiliation agreement that talks about conscious giving to the organization. And it was really interesting to watch. The first comments out of ministers was, when did we become a punitive organization that we had to pay for? Yeah. And I sat there going, well, ain't you an interesting way for God to show up? I had judgments, I ain't gonna lie. And what I said when it was my turn to say something was, that statement is like my community saying, we really love that you're here, Rev. We really hope that you stay. And we really hope somehow your rent gets paid and there's money for food on your table, but it ain't coming from us. Right? How long will that system work? None. 0 days will that system work. Right? Money is a part of our human interaction. It is part of what we have established for interaction and exchange, but it does not establish your value. It does not. You too are going to learn about money. Here's what I want to get in your head before it happens the wrong way. There is no amount of money that can ever determine the value of you. You are precious beyond measure. Don't let anybody ever take that away from you, ever. Ever. Does that mean our behavior is perfect? Mm-mm. No. Carter, you've been on the planet for a little while. Is your behavior always perfect? Carter said, nope. That doesn't mean Carter's less than. It means she made a decision and the outcome wasn't exactly what she planned. But it doesn't mean anything about her innate value. Right? But we have ideas about money that we have to embrace, we have to own in order to shift them. If we won't acknowledge it, we cannot heal it, right? So we're going to move into the actual workshop part of this. If I could get Deborah and Dana, you want to help out with this? These little pieces of paper, and we're going to try to give, I don't know how many, we should have enough here to give each person 3 of these. Okay. May have 1, so. On this little piece of paper, it says, one belief I have about money is. And so I'm inviting each of you to complete 3 of these. And then each person fill out 3 if you can. And then just drop them in a basket. There's a couple of baskets around the room here. And just put 1 thought on each strip. One belief I have about money is. Online folks, if you want to participate, you can either put yours in the chat or you can text it to 410-750-8559. I have our phone right here, and I can take care of those for you. And I really encourage you, let yourself be honest. It doesn't have to be a pretty belief. We're not interested in your shoulds. I'm interested in, what do you actually believe about money? If you believe money is the root of all evil, write that down. Doesn't have to be accurate. It has to be accurate to your belief.
Anybody else need it? Yeah.
You can have mine, Dr. Phil. There you go.
Okay, here's two extra.
There we go. Look at us sharing. Those are the people that got to go to kindergarten. One belief I have about money is, thank you. We got a basket runner. Yay! Thank you, Robin. I know, isn't that the best marker set ever? And they're actually two-sided. I've been paying attention. They got marker. They're two different colors on each marker. Yeah. Here you go, Laura. Here's another basket here. Thank you. All right, so if we can wrap up this part of it. Someday in the evolution of our center, we will have all the time we want for workshops. Hours. Because really, a workshop like this, ideally, would be an all-day workshop. Yes. Hey, if we're going to dream, we may as well dream big. All right.
Protect people's anonymity, do this.
Yeah, I just need them right now. I'm the only one that's going to see them anyway, so we're good. All right. So I'm just randomly pulling a couple here just so we can kind of get an idea of what we're doing. One belief I have about money is that it has power to change outcomes. I may use these to talk about all next year. Excellent. One belief I have about money is I have enough. Yay. One belief I have about money is it's liberating. All right. So, just hold on to those ideas. Here's one from online. I want to make sure that I include them. Money used to be my description of my worth based on the teachings of my family's teachings. I choose differently. Yeah. Good on you, Chris. I miss you. All right. So we're going to move into rolling up our sleeves here a little bit. Because we're going to look at, we've got the idea of money floating around. Now we're going to look at our values. Deborah, Dana, if you can help me out with these. We just need one sheet per person. One sheet per person. Online, folks, Jesse, if you could show this to the online people, there's a slide there. So we're going to do this in phases. And the first phase, when you get your sheet, you'll see 3 spaces where it says, I value. And so I invite you to complete that sentence. Just with one thing. It can be one word, it can be a couple of words, but just one thing for each one. I value. So just do the first 3 and then we'll go from there. Hey Jesse, if you could change that background to that sienna one, that's the greenish blue. I think people can see it better online. I love technology because I can see what's happening online. I can see what's happening in the room. No, for each one, run it where it's running down. I value. Put a value there. I value. Another one. I value. You're just writing down 3 things that you value. I'm guessing it's not a complete list because most of us have more than 3 things we value. I'm watching for signs of doneness. So in that little box to the left of I value, you're going to rank order these 3 things, 1 being the thing you value most, 3 the thing you value least, 2 the other one. 1 is the one you value most, 3 is the one of the 3 you value least among the 3, 2 is the other one. 1, 2, 3, rank order them. And just notice how it feels to value the things you value, to prioritize them, right? Even when I was setting this up, I didn't like it. I was like, ooh, I don't want to put them in order. I just want to value them, right? There's a method to my madness. So you notice that line right below that first line? Right. So in that space, below that first line, write this sentence. This value is evidence that I believe. And then finish that sentence for each one of those. This value is evidence that I believe.
Brad, are we supposed to just write this value is evidence that I believe?
No. Well, yes, you start with that, but then what is the belief? Oh, yeah. You start the sentence, right? And the reason for the sentence the way it is to take ownership, to relate your belief to the value. This value is evidence that I believe. Finish that sentence. What is the belief that is showing up as that value? And when you're finished with that, if you just look up so that I can see that you're done. Okay, so for time's sake, we're going to move on through this, so at least you have the exercise and can do it on your own later if you want. So those two little boxes, ST and SS. ST stands for spiritual truth. SS stands for spiritual separation. Check which box applies to your belief. Is it spiritual truth, or is it a belief of spiritual separation?
Can you clarify spiritual separation for me?
Yeah, spiritual separation is anything that, remember at the beginning we talked about all is all, and that's all it means, right? There's one thing expressing itself. And so any belief that contains any degree of separation from one thing, any degree of otherness, any positioning of something outside of, is a belief of spiritual separation. That's the uncomfortable reality. If Jamie were here, she would be my oh crap corner right about now. Yeah, Mindy.
Is it a cop-out to have it be both and?
Yes, it can't be both. So if you're thinking it's a both and, it's separation. See, think about it. All means all, and that's all it means. One means one. So there can't be I am. I am sure of very little, but of that I am sure. See, the minute we think it's this and maybe this too, now we got two things. Right? So there's a clue in that. And I get it. I want all of my thoughts to be spiritual truth. Anybody else? Right? I would love for them all to be spiritual truth. And then I go, oh. Oh. And the more I study, the more opportunities I have to go, oh. And here's the thing in Science of Mind that speaks to that. If you go to the glossary of the Science of Mind and look up freedom, real freedom means that humanity, being individualized self-expressions of the perfect substance of spirit, are let alone and allowed to discover this for themselves. Our whole journey is discovering our oneness, that we are that in form. Now here's where it addresses that, freedom of will means the ability to do, say, and think as one wishes. To express life as one personally desires. Because of this, we are often bound by our freedom. Our freedom to separate creates our imprisonment. The very freedom that will actually free us imprisons us until we get clear of how we're using that freedom. The truth will set you free. You've heard that? Right? So, it's biblically based. And this is from the Lamsa translation, which is translated directly from the Aramaic Peshitta. In John chapter 8, verses 31 and 32. Then Jesus said to those Jews who believed in him. Now notice he says, those Jews who believed in him. He's not talking to everybody. He's talking to the people who believe in him. Right? If you continue in my word, which what that meant at the time was if you continue in what I'm teaching, you are truly my disciples, committed learners. That's all a disciple is. It's a committed learner. you will know the truth. And that very truth, the specific truth that you're learning by staying committed to these teachings, will make you free. That's very different than a blanket, the truth will set you free, because then we get to be really subjective and take a whole lot of license with what's true. That's not what it's talking about. It's talking about spiritual truth.
We need a workshop.
Yes, we do. It is talking about the unchanging truth. The truth that's not convenient to a situation or to the person telling it. The truth that has nothing to do with this physical realm, but certainly shows up in it. We tend to see something in the physical realm and establish a truth based on condition. That may be factually accurate, but it may never be spiritual truth. That is evidence of our belief. And then we reason that our belief is true because we create this self-fulfilling loop that may not be accurate. Okay? So now that you've checked those boxes, you've looked at what's true, how do you set yourself free? We have this little practice called affirmations, right? And used to be in spiritual mind treatment, Ernest Holmes taught denials, where he would actually teach these things that we're coming up with that aren't true. He would say, there's no, let's use an example. There's no lack in consciousness. What's important is that we immediately follow that with what's true. Right? So in that space below where you check the boxes, write an affirmation that flips anything that you had that was spiritual separation. Write an affirmation of spiritual truth that will change that for you. What's true? It might be as simple as in one, there ain't nothing else. Say again. There you go. There you go. It is possible to live these teachings if we're willing to examine, if we're willing to stay, if we are continue in the Word, right, and truly be disciples, then we get free. If we practice it as a convenience, it's kind of like, are you practicing metaphysics? Are you practicing science of mind as a lifestyle or as a first aid kit that you can't find when you have an emergency? Anybody know where their first aid kit is in their house? Good on you, because I don't know where mine is, and I'm a former EMT. I do know where the Band-Aids are. Right? The problem with first aid kits is that most of the time, most of us, right, we have them, we know we have them, but when we need them, we don't know where they are. Which means if you have an emergency at my house, I'm sorry. Preemptively, I'm apologizing for not being able to care for you. Right? If we live, it is no mistake in my mind. I don't know what the intention was when they titled the book, but in my mind it makes sense. A philosophy, a faith, a way of life. We learn the philosophy, and then as we practice it, we build faith in it until it becomes our way of life. And then we don't have any spiritual separation stuff going on until somebody pulls out in front of us in traffic. And then suddenly we got some. All right. So that, beloveds, is the essence of this. It's simply a tool that you can look at. What are you valuing? Are you valuing it based on how society taught you to value it? Or are you valuing everything as a perfect expression of creation? All right. And I want to start wrapping up with this. Everything made out of the same substance must have the value of that substance. It can't be any other way. Right? It just can't. You can't make something out of perfection that's imperfect. You can't do it. It's like trying to make something out of water that doesn't have wetness. Just not going to work. Right? And so our journey is to remember. We're actually not educating ourselves because we already know this, because we are it. Right? This morning, we were actually practicing exactly this part of the talk to get the setup done, because some of us had never done it, and we're like, okay, well, Infinite Mind has set this equipment up every Sunday. And so the information is available for us to tap into and find. So let's affirm that something in us already knows it, and we're willing to become aware of it right now. And between three of us accessing infinite consciousness, we got it all set up. Right? It doesn't have to be just you, because there is no such thing as just you. Look around the room and see other cells in the body of you. We're not separate. Right? If we would really, really embrace and embody, there I am as Laura Service. There I am. Right? There I am as Gabby. There I am as Dana. Because that's what's true spiritually. There I am as a cell phone. Because that's what's true. There I am as a gazillion different things on the table in the back. When I was eating a Snickerdoodle, there I am eating me as a Snickerdoodle. That's what's true. As ridiculous as that might feel, it's true. And I invite you to play with it that way, because it lightens it up. Right? Science of mind can be so heady, and we make it so hard to where we couldn't think our way out of a wet paper bag with a hole at both ends. And we're a new thought spirituality that paralyzes ourselves so we can't even think a new thought. I see, some people get it. Right? The same thing that paralyzes us will free us. We just have to change our seat in the stadium to look at it differently. That's all. Stop making things bad and simply allow yourself to go, well, that did not pan out the way I thought it was gonna. What was the belief? Everything is a belief. Everything you encounter is a belief in form. That's how this works. What is the belief I just experienced as? This will help you do that. Right? If you experience something that you don't like, whatever you wanted it to be is your value. Right? Is that separation or is it spiritual truth? Own it. Go through the process. See what happens. Lastly, I want to talk about generosity, because ultimately all of this brings us full circle to ourselves. which is the self-givingness of life to life. Right? Now that can be a lot for us to wrap our heads around. The bottom line is everything we see is life expressing, individualized. It gives first, and then it gets to experience itself. But before it can experience itself, it has to give itself the idea. It has to give itself the activity of creation in order to get the experience of the form. So our real journey, when we really are in alignment, we show up with a degree of generosity that is mind-boggling. And generosity is not just about money. All right? And so if generosity, when you hear the word generosity, you immediately go to your bank account to assess how generous you can be, stop it. Stop it. All that set up right there, that's the activity of generosity. The tablecloth underneath your papers is the activity of generosity. This microphone, the fact that you can hear it, the activity that set that up is the activity of generosity. Generosity is simply giving. And there is a science, and one of the things and we are going to have a workshop, even if it's online, because I found this amazing paper called The Science of Generosity. Just amazing. It's 81 pages, so it might take me a minute to distill it down into a workshop. But it's just brilliant because it talks about and gives scientific evidence for how practicing generosity changes us. And this is my final thing. Generosity is the practice of giving goods or doing things for others freely and abundantly with the intention to enhance their well-being. Not yours, theirs. If you're doing it so you look good, that is not generosity, it's pure selfishness.
Can you repeat it for the online folks?
Generosity is the practice of giving good things and doing good things to and for others freely and abundantly with the intention to enhance their well-being, not yours. A lot of us are very selfish and we think we're very giving, but we're only giving so we look good. That is not giving, that's taking. Yeah. So here's what I know. I am looking at the divine in form. I am looking at the individualization of consciousness as people, as tables, as chairs, as online. There's only one of us here. Hey, Steve. Steve checking in. And we can be okay with all of it. Look around the room and see how beautiful and magnificent you are. And everywhere you go today, everything you see, everything you hear, everything you taste, touch, feel, know that that is the infinite experiencing itself all the time. And so it is. All right. So let me get my script back here. Did that. Oh, my printer's out of yellow. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to invite Dana to join us and get ready to do her second surprise while we get the offering. And I have to do this because I'm going to need this basket in just a second. All right. Hang on just a second, Harry. So there's a couple of ways that you can give. They're up here on the screen. You can text the word give to 410-498-6175. If you run into problems doing that, then go to the online portal and do at least one contribution through the website. Then it will let you do the text to give. For whatever reason, it has that block. You can also mail a physical check to 659 Cog Court in Millersville, Maryland, 21108. You can give through our giving portal online or the QR code on your screen. Let's do our giving affirmation together. Here we go. I affirm that the abundance of creation is my abundance. I give freely as creation gives to me. I give through this Center for Spiritual Living to ensure its continued availability to all spiritual seekers. Ushers, please receive the gifts. All right, Miss Dana, all you.
All right, everybody knows this song.
gratitude for the divine expressing itself as these baskets, as the physical expression of itself as money, as the economics of this center, as the evolution of this center, as itself as each giver that is giving to itself, to support itself, to grow itself, to evolve its expression of itself. And so it is. Alrighty. So before I get into the thank yous, I'm going to get this started around the room. This is a graduation card for Noah, our drummer, who is too busy to drum right now, but mark my words, someday some of us that are still around are going to see that young man get a Grammy. I'm telling you, I feel it in my bones. So, and if you would like to include a monetary gift, let me know and we'll collect those and get those in there as well. All right, here we go. We are a self-supporting community, giving our time, talents, and treasures in service to and with one another. You may have noticed the common thread of service in our members of the month. They got engaged in service, and that service grew their connections within the community and grew them spiritually. Information about ways to serve is available on the welcome table. It's also available in the bodies and minds and voice of the people that are serving. So talk to each other. What a concept. Now, it is my privilege to thank those that helped this morning. Laura Service on our welcome team. Thank you, Rev Frank, for stepping in for Charles, who is home caring for himself. Thank you, Dana Cole, for the gift of you and the music. Thank you, Jesse. And thank you, Frank and Vaughn and Dana and myself for being portals of infinite intelligence that figured it out. Thank you, Vaughn, for being our audio tech this morning. Thank you, Frank, for helping set up. Thank you, Harry, for being our service host. Thank you, Gail Peterson, for being our online engagement person. And thank you, Deborah Ellis, for being our interviewer for the member of the month and for being our practitioner this morning. And there was a whole bunch of folks. It's like all hands on deck, small army of people that showed up to set up the hospitality table back there this morning. Thank you. Thank you. And thank each person that brought some of that yummy stuff. All right. Thank each of you for attending. And I've been told this sounds weird, but it's true. Thank you for allowing me to be your minister. It is a privilege that I cherish. Thank you. Now, we live by prayer. Whether we mean to or not, every thought is a prayer. Every word is a prayer, just so you know. So if your prayer is not yielding what you want, you might want to consult with someone who's specially trained in prayer. And that's what our practitioners do. If you would like prayer after service, Deborah will be available in the lobby. You can also put a prayer request in the basket over by the window. You can email a prayer request to prayer@cslcommonground.com. Prayer is always free. Always. Now, if you need a little more then prayer. If you need to have a conversation with somebody in depth to help you identify hidden beliefs, they're hidden for a reason. You can't see them. You can't find them. If you need some help unearthing those, our licensed practitioners are specifically trained to help you with that. You can find them under the practitioner page, under our leadership tab on the website. They set their own fee, they set their own schedule. Not all of them do practitioner sessions, some of them do. Reach out to them, have a conversation with them. They know how to help you remember who you are. Take this in, and then we'll read it together. Love is the foundation of my curiosity. Let's read that together. Love is the foundation of my curiosity. All right. Next week, we launch into a new month. You might notice some songs in the titles of the thing. I want to know what love is. I was made for loving you. Then we're going to be visited by Tina Turner. What's love got to do with it? And love lifts us up where we belong. So those are the focuses for next month. Next week, Gary Hardnett will be with us as we explore I Want to Know What Love Is. We are launching a survey that will come out in the newsletter later today because your voice matters in our evolutionary process. And so it's 6 simple questions. Not a big, long thing. They are open-ended questions. They're not 6 yes or no questions because that really doesn't give us a ton of information. So that will be coming out in the newsletter, and as soon as I'm able to figure out exactly how to do it, I will put a link on our website so you can access it there. Next week, I will have printed surveys here that you can physically fill out, take home. We will also have a laptop here in the room, so if you want to complete it online while you're here, you can do that. We are trying to be as inclusive as we can possibly be in this endeavor. And it's open to anybody that associates themselves with this center. You do not have to be a member. Right? Because a lot of people are very committed and very dedicated and very here that choose not to do membership. That's fine. If this is your spiritual community, your voice matters. Please use it. Okay. I think that's it. Let's stand and do our closing song, and we got to hustle to get out of here. Because some long-winded minister wouldn't shut up. Oop. What happened to my... I don't know where the words went. These times are troubling me so much I can hardly see through the walls keeping us apart. You got your dreams and I got mine, but we're together in this moment in time. I hope you can hear me with your heart. I'm not trying to push you away, but I've got something I've got to say. You know this part. I stand for love. I stand for peace. I stand for humanity and the good of all. I stand for hope. I stand for faith. I stand for freedom and the good of all. I stand. I stand. I stand. Would you stand with me? I stand. I stand. I stand. Could you
you stand with me? When we don't understand, we turn away instead of learning that there could be another way. Can we agree to disagree? We may never see things eye to eye, but we can hold on to the love between you and I. It's the only way we'll survive. And I'm not trying to push you away, but I've got something I've got to say. I stand for love, I stand for peace, I stand for humanity and the good of all. I stand for hope, I stand for faith, I stand for freedom and the good of all. I stand, I stand, I stand. You stand with me. I stand, I stand, I stand. Oh, you stand with me. Now I stand, I stand, I stand. Yes, I do. Would you stand with me? I stand, I stand, I stand, I stand. Could you stand with me? I stand for love, I stand for peace, I stand for equality. Would you stand with me? I stand for truth, I stand for kindness, I stand for freedom. Would you stand with me? I stand for hope, I stand for justice, I stand for faith. Would you stand with me? I stand for life, I stand for love, for compassion. Could you stand with me? Could you stand with me? Could you stand with me?
Awesome. All right. By contract, we got to be out of here by 12:15, so we got to hustle.
These times are troubling me so much I can hardly see through the walls keeping us apart. You got your views and I got mine, but we're together in this moment in time. Hope you can hear me with your heart. I'm not trying to push you away, but I've got something I've got to say. I stand for love, I stand for peace, I stand for humanity and the good of all. I stand for hope, I stand for faith, I stand for freedom and the good of all. I stand, I stand, I stand. Would you stand with me? I stand, I stand, I stand. Could you stand with me? When we don't understand, we turn away instead of learning that there could be another way. Can we agree to disagree? We may never see things eye to eye, but we can hold on to the love between you and I. It's the only way we'll survive. And I'm not trying to push you away, but I got something I've got to say. I stand for love, I stand for peace, I stand for humanity and the good of for freedom and the good of